Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Modern Mining. Today, as you can see, I moved all of my rigs down to the garage. It was getting way too hot outside. I also put in this intake fan. So stick around in this video. We're gonna do all that and you'll get to see me kind of walk through the whole process because there's a lot of things I try that don't work. And I think it's important for you guys to kind of go through that process with me to see what works, what doesn't, what you can improve on. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a long one, but it should be super interesting. Let's get into it. The other thing I need to do is clean up my Ethernet setup. So I had my switch over here because it was going into the bedroom to run that rig over there. So I need to take this cord down and move this switch behind the desk so everything is just nice and organized over there. So I'm gonna do that right now. This like right here so that I can get Ethernet going to the main PC as well as Ethernet going to the rigs over here. So I'm just gonna hang this somewhere around there. Okay. This is also gonna be what the exhaust fan goes into. So plug that in there, router in there, then one slot left for our exhaust fan that'll go in that window. All right, let's plug this in. So this is our internet coming in. And I need to fish this cable out and take it over there. Now we have internet coming in from the office upstairs. I'm gonna bundle all this up, make it look nice. So that gives internet here, and then that yellow comes around. And I can't tell if you can see that, but there's a switch on the back side. Let me go over here. There's a switch right here that will go to all the three rigs. So let me get one more Ethernet cord for this guy, and then they should be able to all power up. And we'll see what our power is for all three rigs down here because I haven't been able to see it yet. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, all of the mining rigs are officially in the garage. Some of you may be asking, why do I not have the fans on? Trying to save as much power as possible. So really, until it starts getting a little hotter, I haven't noticed that I even need those on, but probably with all three of these down here, I'll look into turning those on in the coming days, and we'll see just how much power those fans actually use. But I think all of them combined is like 50 or so watts. So it's definitely not insignificant amount. Everything's mining Alephium and the CPUs are mining Zephyr, and we're at 2060 watts. And in Hiveos, I had like 2100 something. So I am definitely gaining some efficiency with the 240 volts. PDU is working awesome. So, all right, let's get on to intake and exhaust. So just to briefly recap the plan here. Mining rigs right there. This will be our exhaust fan window. And then this window will be our intake. That's as far as it opens, but I think that should be okay. And I'm also going to keep the garage like an inch up during the summer so that some air can come underneath as well. Special shout out to Senshomi for sending this TechTee Pro E shirt for me to use for this video. These shirts are incredibly water resistant, stain resistant, oil resistant. If you are around the house working all the time, these are great for making sure that you don't stain your clothes, because I know my wife gets pretty annoyed with me from time to time.
Senshomi shirts are available on Amazon, and they use 100% long staple cotton, which is soft, comfortable, and breathable. Check this out.
If you'd like to buy one of these shirts, they're on Amazon, and I'll put the links down below. Once again, thanks to Senshomi for sponsoring this video. First thing I need to do is remove all the caulk from this window. I totally caulked it closed just to keep cold air out during the winter. So that's gonna be a pain in the ass to do, but I'm gonna undo all that caulk and then we'll see if we can get this window open. Coming out pretty easily. I'm gonna go bang on it from the outside. It's hanging up a little bit in the corner. Let's see if that works. Coming slowly but surely. This corner is still sticking. Last time I took one of these out, it fell out and shattered. So you've noticed I've got some some screws right here to keep it from falling all the way out. I'm gonna take those out and try to get this out without shattering it. And this will get mounted on there. And that will be our intake fan. Latch still works. And what I'll do is I'll put something to hold this up, and then we need to see how the fan fits. I'll either put it right here or on the outside. Let me go grab that fan. This is the fan I was using in the office to blow hot air around the house during the winter. I'm going to take this stand off, and then we should be able to somehow mount it in there as our exhaust. So let me get these stand off. I forget exactly how to do it. There we go, wasn't too bad. Should be able to mount it somehow. Before I do that, I probably need to figure out a way to get this held up. So Got a little screw right here that I used to have a piece of string attached to, and I'll probably put a hook right there. So let me grab some of those supplies. Screw this up to the ceiling, this, and then I'll be able to extend this to hook on to there. And that should do it. And let's see, can I get this into a stud? Doesn't look like it. That works for now. Definitely leaves a lot to be desired on actually getting that lock to come out. But this is gonna be open 99% of the time. I only close this when there's like crazy storms or something like that. Let's work on getting this fan in here. So we want this to be facing this way. Something like that. In past years, I've had the exhaust fan on the other window, and I'm wondering if that rig is too close to that for rain and weather and stuff. Let's see, we'll get it from this angle. I might need to move this one to that side just to be safe. I guess I can still go a little closer to that desk as well. Or maybe I just move the whole desk over slightly and then this over slightly as well. Try to figure out the best way to secure this. In the past, I've just ran a rope down through this, down here, and then just held it real tight. But I think I might be able to use these little arms and build some sort of contraption to hold these in. But I just need to do a little bit more brainstorming on that. Also, the other issue if I do it how it is right now is I won't ever be able to close this flap because that's obviously sticking out. In the past, I had it kind of set out a little bit, so let me look at that a little bit as well. Well, guys, the more I'm thinking over this, I think I may need to get another piece of plywood and make it the exact size of this inner window portion, and then cut a new hole, perfectly circular size for that fan. And then that way I'll still be able to have this up, close my door, but I'll have a perfect fit to plop that fan into. I think that's likely what I need to do. I may need to take these things off too. So I'm gonna run to the hardware store and probably get another piece of plywood. All right, got the new board. Went pretty thin on it. Still 1/4 inch plywood, so it's pretty strong. But I'm gonna cut it so that it's this exact size. Actually, I might fit it in that little crevice to that exact size. And then I'll work on tracing out my fan so we can just stick that right in there. Don't forget your eyeglasses. I totally forgot till the last cut. All right, I'm gonna take this back down till we get this other one fitted. I still want this up for the flap to be able to be closed if I want it, but let's take it down for now so it's not in the way. Fit. window kind of tapers down. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to go to that inner spot, but I'm gonna cut it a little shorter and we'll go from there. There's a little gap on the sides. I'll probably just caulk that, but that looks pretty good. Now let's trace the fan out. To hold this in place, I'm just gonna put some wood blocks here and here that basically prevent it from being like kicked in or anything. Yeah, all right, let's trace it out. I'm gonna go cut it smaller and then I can bring it out if I need to. I don't have very much room there, so I wanna be careful how I do it. But, all right, that's super rough, but hey, that's all we need. Believe it or not, this is the first time I've ever used a jigsaw, so. Not the most beautiful circle you ever saw. It's just a test fit, but we'll see how that looks. All right, we're about good on the bottom, but we need to go definitely further out on the other sides. Take it back to the table. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put a piece of wood on the bottom here to get it the correct height because it's kind of slipping under this little ledge right here. All right, I'm really regretting how thin a board I chose because these little sections are like paper thin, so I'm gonna glue an extra piece across the top just for some extra support. But I think I've got this now where this actually mounts in there pretty good. So I secure everything. I'll use my rope method again to hold that in. And I'll probably put a little extra boards on here because this is still sticking out too far where the trap door won't close, but maybe I won't even add the trap door for now. This looks pretty good and is staying in place as is. So let me add those strengthener boards and see what that looks like. Voila, looks pretty good. So to hold the fan in place, I'm going to use some of this, hold it real tight up against this frame, and then we'll put our wood on the sides to hold it in and should be good to go. Let's do that real quick. That is definitely not going anywhere now. Got that nice and tight. Tuck this up so I don't ever get cut. All right, that actually worked really good. All right, I'm just using these to hold this board tight against the wall and putting just a couple screws in each. So this is the finished product. We got this on a smart outlet. So basically, I'll leave this set to high, and then whenever this comes on, fan will start spinning, and I'll be able to adjust that if I need it on every 10 minutes, once every hour. It's probably gonna vary based on the time of the year. In August, when it's extremely hot in here, then I'll need it on a little more often. There's a slight gap between the fan, but let's go to the outside and see how good it's blowing. Well, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's definitely pumping out some air. I'm gonna paint this all white so it doesn't look as ghetto. But intake, exhaust, looks pretty good.